Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your reading today. We're doing a bi-weekly reading. We're doing the 1st to the 15th of April 2019. For your reading, Aries, we are using, this is a new deck that I've got, the Dreaming Way Tarot, who by Rome, I think you pronounce it Rome Choi. Really nice. Saw the reviews for this on YouTube the other night, and also another reader using it, and I thought I've got to have that deck, and it arrived yesterday morning, so absolutely stunning. We're going to use that. We only get one card from this just to focus on what it is you need to concentrate on or focus on over the next 2 weeks, 1st to the 15th. We then use, as you know, anybody that follows me regularly on this channel knows that I'm in love with the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. It's just my favourite deck. I really love it. Besides the Rider-Waite, this is definitely my go-to deck for sure. Only for YouTube. I don't use this for clients, personal clients. I use the Rider-Waite decks, not unless they suggest that they want another one, so I've got over 200 of them, but this is definitely my go-to deck, certainly for the YouTube channel. Love that. So we use that to fill in the gaps. We look at the past of the situation, where the mind is going forward into the 2 weeks, and then kind of what the advice is from the universe, how you need to kind of, you know, navigate the situation. We use the Wheel of the Year Tarot. This is semi-new as well, kind of new. A few weeks ago I got this deck, and we use that. We just pull five cards to get some further information from there, so any other advice they can give you for the week, not necessarily in line with the first reading, but it's just kind of any other information that the universe can give. We get 3 cards from the Tea Leaf Fortune deck as well, just 3 cards at the end. This is the fortune cards, just to ask what other advice there is, or what other you know, things might be coming in the next 2 weeks. And finally, we use the Carl Gray. Got about 3 of these decks, are amazing. Carl Gray Angels, Angels and Ancestors, Oracle cards for your spiritual advice for the next 2 weeks, okay? So we're going to shuffle the cards, guys, and we're going to just ask the universe what it is that you need to focus on. So universe, spirit, what should Aries be focusing on between the 1st and the 15th of April 2019? What should Aries be focusing on? What should Aries be focusing on? What should Aries be focusing on between the 1st and the 15th of April 2019? Show me. Okay, so let's get this card out. The 5 of Wands. Okay. I feel if you've got any conflict, I mean, it's not reversed to say resolve the conflict, but I certainly feel that with the 5 of Wands, 5 of Wands is all about facing challenges. The 5 of Wands deals with the themes of anxiety and worries. The 5 of Wands deals with, because Wands deal with work and ambition, the 5 of Wands can also deal with the theme of working with others, with the 5 of Wands energy showing here. It can also mean just kind of standing by your guns and believing in what you do, regardless if you've got competition. It might be that you've got competition with the 5 of Wands energy. It might be that you have to think about or concentrate on working with others with the 5 of Wands. While 5 of Wands isn't just about conflict, it's also about working to build things with others. So some of you guys might be focusing on working to build things with others. The other thing with the 5 of Wands, of course, it's conflict, it can be jealousy, it can be cheating, the 5 of Wands energy. And when we say, well, what is it you need to focus on? I think that if you have conflicts, especially within family situations, working situations, especially with that 5 of Wands there, this might be something that you need to focus on as a way to kind of resolve the energy, perhaps, Aries, with this 5 of Wands. I think if you've got fears and if you've got anxieties with the 5 of Wands, that might be another good thing that you need to focus on and how you can resolve it. I think if there's any negative connotations, Aries, with this particular card, it would probably be a really good idea to concentrate how you resolve this energy of the 5 of Wands energy showing here. In its positive light, it's usually working with others, and actually it is actually debate and it's playfulness. So maybe some of you guys need to focus on being more playful and enjoying time with friends and family, going out in groups and doing more kind of light-hearted stuff, which is certainly what this card can represent as well. Let's have a look at what the past of the situation is for Aries, and you know, we're just going to see kind of how that card's going to pan out, because as I say, the tarot has many connotations. The cards do, all of the cards mean many different things. So we're going to have a look at firstly. So universe, spirit, can you just tell me firstly the past of the situation? We're saying that Aries, you know, the focus is on play, debate, fun, children for some of you guys with the 5 of Wands, which is what it can stand for. Teenagers is what it can stand for. You know, building things with others, but also facing down your challenges. and not backing down from a fight is also the Five of Wands energy for you guys to focus on with the Aries, being Aries, Five of Wands. Okay, so in the past you've got the Tower. Towers are not always bad. If you get something like the Tower and the Star, your recognition, your fame, your wishes are going into orbit. Tower and Wheel of Fortune, whether it's Tower first, Wheel of Fortune, or Wheel of Fortune and Tower, you're going to get a lot of luck. I mean, luck beyond your wildest dreams. It's a good card, is the Tower. It's not always bad. A lot of readers want to say this is just purely chaotic rubbish. It's not. It depends what it shows with, you know. The Tower is all about things that are unexpected. It talks about a major shift, a major blow-up, something huge happening. Sometimes this can be the card of the terrorist, I won't lie, with the Tower energy. But it's all about a shift, a major shift happening. And usually with the Tower, you don't expect it, or it goes beyond what you expected. So maybe in the past, some of you guys faced something really, really surprising in the past. Maybe there was a major shift, something you didn't expect to happen with that Tower energy. It might have been catastrophic. It might not have been catastrophic with the Tower energy showing there. It isn't always. Yeah, well, no, it's not good because it shows with this, the Nine of Swords. Okay. I do feel that some of you guys endured some form of catastrophe. Something that you didn't want to see, something that you couldn't handle. You got a Nine of Swords sitting there and she's got her eyes covered, and it's obviously this Tower is something that she doesn't want to see, something that she doesn't want to handle. And I certainly feel that when I look at these two cards, because remember I'm an intuitive reader as well, Aries, you know, the Nine of Swords is one of those cards that deals with the themes of worrying over nothing. So sometimes this is all in the brain. Sometimes with the Nine of Swords you can be really kind of, what's the word? You can have like an obsessive disorder, or you can kind of imagine things that are going to happen that aren't necessarily going to happen. But sometimes you can have a condition whereby with the Nine of Swords energy, a lot of it is to do with just all of these fears that have been bunking down for years. So for some of you guys, it might be that you are anticipating, because the Nine of Swords energy is all about anticipating the worst. Some of you guys are anticipating, in the past you've been anticipating really bad shit happening with that Tower energy. And I think if you've been anticipating really bad things happening, it's not reality. For some of you guys, it's actually not reality, or it hasn't been reality in the past, Aries. It's just been that you've probably had something happen in your childhood, or, you know, you've had something happen years ago or months ago, and now you've carried this kind of trauma, because the Tower is trauma, all right? Tower is trauma. But I think with the Nine of Swords, this is kind of unfounded. I think that some of you guys have been kind of worried, and you've been kind of really scared that some form of traumatic issue, some kind of traumatic thing is going to happen with that Nine of Swords energy showing there. This is the past energy showing here, okay? And this is something that you've needed some healing on, all right? Because you've got Temperance. So this is something that you've been looking to temper. This is something that you've been looking to get some counselling on for some of you guys, because the Temperance energy is all about healing, harmony, balance being restored, and you get that often when you get counselling as well. So I do feel that some of you guys, but some of you guys, it might also be because we've got this kind of Tower energy showing here, Aries, and then you'll notice, because I read directionally the cards as well, so you got the Tower energy showing there, which is catastrophe and trauma, and major kind of shifts happening. But with the Nine of Swords, this will say that this is probably something that you're imagining isn't very good, and you don't want to see. You don't want to see it. You don't want to know it with that Nine of Swords energy. You've been imagining something terrible happening, and some of you guys in the past, you haven't seen that there's a way that you could remedy this. Because if you look at the central card here, she's got her eyes closed. She's got her eyes closed to the Tower. She's got her eyes closed to the Temperance energy. She can't see either. She can't see that even though a crisis here can be remedied. This is crisis, Tower, and this is the remedy with the Temperance energy. She can get, this person here doesn't see that she can get some form of, you know, some form of, what's the word I'm looking for? She can get some help. Put it that way with the Temperance energy. She can't see that she can get help. She can get some medicine. She can get some form of remedy to help her with her bad thoughts at night. So some of you guys, I feel in the past you have had a fairly traumatic nightmares. The Nine of Swords is also the card of the nightmare as well. Some of you guys are imagining something terrible happening. You've had some traumatic nightmares. And some of you guys literally, because you've been just seeing all of this trauma, you haven't been able to see that there is, she doesn't even see the dog. The dog is in front of her face and it's saying, come on, don't worry about it, master. And she's like, I can't even open my eyes to you. So it's just, I think that some of you guys, you've just been in complete, what I'm getting from this is, Aries, you've been in like this complete and utter darkness this really dark space where you can't see that there is a remedy for all these nightmares that some of you guys have had. And you can't see that there is a remedy. There's help out there with the temperance energy. So you've got a guardian angel. You can't see that you've got a guardian angel who's looking over you, who wants to help you with this issue. All right, your mind's completely closed off. All right, and I do feel that now with the Five of Wands energy, it might be that you need to focus on probably working with others over the next 2 weeks. Now, your mind concerning this situation going into between the 1st and the 15th of April 2019, Aries, will be firstly the Ace of Cups. This is healing. Ace of Cups, this is invitation. This is help. This is change. And your mind will be on the Ace of Cups, and that's cleansing. It's the Ace of Cups energy. So I feel that your mind going on into the 1st and 15th of April 2019, Aries, will be, well, how am I going to heal and cleanse this situation? You know, I need help. You know, I need to overcome this situation here with the Ace of Cups energy. Yeah, Eight of Cups energy showing here, all right? So the Eight of Cups is interesting. So how am I going to heal this situation? How am I going to find... Because, you know, this lady here on the Eight of Cups, she's leaving behind the dirty dishes, all right? And she's trying to find some clarity. She's trying to find something new. The Eight of Cups is really just a metaphor for the emotional dissatisfaction, the unhappiness. This person's leaving behind unhappiness. It's just a matter, because cups represent our feelings. So some of you guys, your mind is going to be on, I need to cleanse myself. I need to heal myself by leaving behind. How am I going to leave all of this stuff behind? The dirty dishes, the chaos, the emotional unhappiness. I'm looking for a way. She's looking at the door. The door is right in front of her. She's looking for a way. And you're looking for a way out of this situation. You're looking for cleansing. You're focusing very much mentally on cleansing and finding a way out of this situation, Aries, for some of you guys, if it resonates with you, whereby you can handle the situation properly with the Chariot. So you're looking for a way that you can try and navigate this, handle it, manage it, because that's what charioteers are. They handle things, they manage things, because they're managing usually. If you look at this little boy, he's on a skateboard, but he's navigating. He's navigating the bends and the twists and the turns of life. It's really a metaphor for how do we navigate, how do we swerve, and how do we adapt? Because when we're trying to swerve, so for example on a skateboard, he doesn't want to go into a brick wall, so he's going to have to learn, or go into a car, so he's going to have to learn how to duck and dive. If you've seen those skateboarders that kind of skateboard around the city, and they're ducking and they're diving around this obstacle and that obstacle, and it's all about how do I overcome this obstacle. So the focus for some of you Aries will be, you know, I want to heal. First of all is the Ace of Cups, and that's the card of healing. I want to heal. So what I'm looking for is a way that I can kind of focus less on the unhappiness that I'm feeling and more on how I'm going to see. He's got his back turned to the cup. So how do I focus less on the unhappiness in my life and more, turning towards this card, more on the way that I can navigate and manage this? Because I do feel for some of you Aries, if it resonates with you, you suffer from, I'm not saying that you've got a mental illness, but I certainly feel that you suffer from, some of you guys do suffer from depression. Looking at this, and you don't know how to handle it because the eyes are closed to the Tower, and that you don't want to see the Tower, you don't want to see the chaos and the trauma, and also you can't see that there's help there because the eyes are closed to Temperance as well. You just can't see it. It's almost like you're in some form of a dungeon, or you're in some form of a black hole that some of you guys, I feel, literally can't get out of, Aries. And the universe is saying, going forward into the first 2 weeks of April, what is the advice that the universe has for Aries, you know, on this situation? Well, first of all, we've got the Ten of Swords energy. And the Ten of Swords is, how do we use Ten of Swords as being advice? Well, you know, this is all about bringing this situation to an end. It's not reversed to say that you're healing from it, but it's saying, you know what, this is something that you're enduring. So for me, the Ten of Swords, even though tens represent completion, there is danger with the Ten of Swords. And usually with the Ten of Swords, what happens with this card, it's called the card of overkill. It's the Lord of Ruin, right? So you only need one sword to kill one person, okay? This person's got 10. They're being jabbed. Can you see how this person's just being jabbed from all areas? He's just being hit from everyone. So I feel the advice is that for you guys with this Ten of Swords energy, that, you know, your mind is in overdrive, basically, in these cards here. I feel that your mind is in real overdrive with the Ten of Swords. Let's have a look at the next card. So that's not the advice, but it's saying that your mind is in complete overdrive. There's mental overdrive here. There's mental overkill with this Ten of Swords energy. the Lovers, okay? I feel that really with the Ten of Swords and the Lovers, I feel because the Ten of Swords represents overkill, where you're thinking of something consistently. If I turn that card away around into another word, I'd use the word focus, because if with overkill of the Ten of Swords, sometimes this can be where you're mentally burdened, or where you're consistently thinking of something. Well, why not consistently think about the people that you love? The Lovers card is all about the people that you love. It's all about the unions that you have. So why not think about consistently the people that you love? The advice is maybe to keep your eyes on love. I know it's a strange way to combine those cards, but it's the advice. So when we're thinking about giving somebody advice, we're thinking about giving somebody positive advice. So how do we turn the Ten of Swords into something positive? For me, when I look at this card, I'm thinking about the overkill. I'm not looking at the daggers in the back, but I'm thinking to myself, well, the advice is just to allow yourself, because this person is being consumed as well. He's being absolutely consumed by the swords, and swords are all about our ideas and our thoughts, words, struggles. But I'm going to use the word ideas here. You need to consume yourself, kind of blanket yourself with love. The Lover's energy here. All right? Consume yourself with love. You know, be around people that love you, because some of you guys are isolating yourself on this reading, I think. When I see the eyes closed through the Nine of Swords, and I feel that you need to consume yourself with love going forward into the next 2 weeks, Aries, okay? Whoopsie-daisy, I think is that the right way? Right? No. Three of Coins reversed. That was the Three of Coins reversed there. For some of you guys, I think you need to consume yourself with love, but I also feel that for some of you guys, you know, if this is anything to do with a relationship, the Ten of Swords will basically say that this needs to end. Maybe there's a relationship here that needs to end. Maybe you need to go into a period of isolation as well. Three of Coins in the reverse means to remove yourself from a working partnership or a group. Maybe some of you guys need to take some time outside of work. For example, with the Three of Coins energy, Three of Coins is the workplace, it's the team. Three of Coins reverse means to kind of take yourself out of that as well. That's another meaning for the card. So I feel with the Ten of Swords energy, it might be that you are, and also the Lovers can be a choice. So it might be that the advice is also more to the point, not just consuming yourself. If I look at the kind of the overkill of the Ten of Swords and the overconsumption of the card, consuming oneself with love, but we do have that Three of Coins in the reverse. It could be consume yourself with love, wrap yourself up in a blanket of love by perhaps taking yourself out of environments that don't serve you. But I think just to put it far more kind of easily put, I feel the Ten of Swords is saying that you know, you're going through a time of overkill here. I think mentally, I think there's a great deal of mental burdens going on with some of you guys. And I feel with the Lover's energy, you need to make that choice because of the Ten of Swords energy. Aries, really kind of just to take yourself out of a group. I think if you are Three of Coins can also mean that you're being watched or you're being recognized for something here, or people recognize you. Well, it's a lack of recognition in the reverse. So it might be that if you're kind of in demand, for example, with the Three of Coins, you have a lot of people coming to you for stuff. Maybe you need to stop doing that. I think it's you need to make a choice to isolate yourself for a little while. We're going to get these cards. I'm going to hone down on the cards, darlings. I'm going to show you what the actual spread looks like, and we're going to discuss it a little bit more. So just bear with me. Okay, my darlings. So we've got the spread showing here for you. Okay. I hope that my cloth isn't looking. I was devastated yesterday when I'd recorded 8 videos for the channel to find that when I honed down on the cards, I didn't see there was creasing in this actual cloth. It's really hard to keep it nice and kind of smooth, and to see creasing on the desk when I was doing the readings, I was gutted. I couldn't record those 8 videos again either. I just had to leave it and leave a note to explain apologies. So I hope that if there is any creasing in this and you see any, I do apologise. It's just the way that it is. Okay, so this is the reading for the next 2 weeks, okay, and what you need to focus on. So the universe is saying, Aries, that really you guys need to be focusing on the Five of Wands, okay? And I feel with the Five of Wands energy showing here, if you look at these people, they've all got their hands together, they're making a pact with the Five of Wands energy, and there is a sense of, the Five of Wands means many things. Yes, it does mean conflicts, it means arguments, it means anxiety, and it means inner turmoil. So some of you guys need to really be focusing on that inner turmoil. I don't mean focusing on it in a bad way, I mean focusing on it as a way to resolve it. You might need to focus on groups, working with groups, for example, because some of you guys may need some counselling, for example, with the Five of Wands, because it's working in a group. I definitely feel that this is either focusing on, you know, the anxieties that some of you guys have and how you're going to get some work, potentially through joining a group through it with the Five of Wands. Group work with the Five of Wands energy showing here. But also facing up to your challenges as well. I feel that you need to focus on with the Five of Wands over the next kind of couple of weeks, 1st to the 15th of April 2019, Aries. And the reason for this is because in the past we've got the Tower here, and the Tower is disturbance, it's trauma, it's chaos, it's a major shift, it's unexpected energy coming in with the Tower. It really is one of those cards. I love the Tower when it shows up with things like Wheel of Fortune, and it shows up with cards like, you know, Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups. If it shows up with a really good card, you're onto a winner, especially if it's a money card or a luck card like the Wheel of Fortune, for example, or if it shows up with something like a Knight of Wands, you know, for drive and passion, and if it shows up with maybe an Ace of Cups, and then you got a money card, you're going to have like a huge amount of overflow of money coming in, something, you know, sudden money, sudden wealth, sudden luck. You want to see the Tower with those types of cards. You don't really want to see it with the Nine of Swords, because then it changes. What happens with tarot is, depending on where the cards are and what they're sitting with, it will change the dynamic of a card. No one card is good or bad. The Devil is even a good card if you are really kind of very obsessed and very kind of hard-working. You want the Devil. It's ruled by Capricorn. Hard-working, tenacious, dedicated, and completely committed to, you know, to a task. You want the Devil there sometimes. No card is completely bad and no card is completely good. They've all got their good and their bad. That's one thing I will always like stress within the tarot. This shows me the kind of like a not a very nice card, I feel, because this, and I also remember I'm a tarot interactionist and I look at where the cards are facing. This person here is like, oh my God, it's all going to come crumbling down. This woman here, she's almost like she's woken up from a nightmare. Some of you guys have been having nightmares in the past about things falling down, things falling apart. You've been suffering. This looks like anxiety to me. It looks like a great deal of trauma some of you guys have been facing. And some of you guys don't want to face that. Some of you guys are like, I can't face it. There's trauma. Some of you guys might have had a trauma. And it might be the Nine of Swords. You can't face it. You can't face it. And it might be because you can't face it, or you haven't faced it and you haven't looked at it head on and you've done nothing about it. It might be that you can't see, because look, she's got her hands covered over her eyes, so she literally can't see that there is help, that there is a remedy here, that she can get help. She can go to her doctors perhaps and get help. You know, she can get onto some form of, remember Temperance is a medical card, it's about medication, so she can't see that there's medication out there for her. She can't see that maybe, you know, there's help in terms of eating more healthy or going to the gym, or, you know, she just can't see that there's a remedy with the Temperance energy to the Tower. Because the Tower is such a violent kind of card, and when it's aspected by kind of a negative energies like the Nine of Swords energy, it becomes very dark. But the Tower can easily be remedied by the Temperance energy, which is nice, all right? This person can't see it. So I do feel in the past some of you guys just haven't seen that you can get help. There's help there for you. Concerning some form of trauma, worry, anxiety that you guys have been feeling. Now I feel going into April, some of you guys are going to start thinking to yourself, you know what, I would love the Ace of Cups. I would love help. I would like to heal. I would like to cleanse myself. Ace of Cups energy of the fiery nature of the Tower. I would really like to cleanse myself of this, okay? Some of you guys are really, really tired of having to deal with, you know, the things that are making you unhappy. The Eight of Cups, the back is turned to the dirty dishes. So some of you guys are really tired of kind of, I think that you're tired of, but I'm going to read this two ways. I feel number one, but because the outcome card is this, sorry, 3 coins needs to be reversed. Because the outcome card, the advice is this, I would say that you're not kind of ignoring this, because I was tempted to say that, you know, you want to heal. The dirty dishes is this area here, the Tower and the Nine of Swords. You know, that's your dirty dishes, but this person's not facing up to this. They're not facing up to the dirty dishes. They're looking for a way out. So I do feel almost that, you know, we'll turn it around. I feel that you want to heal. The focus for you guys will be, I want to heal over this with the Ace of Cups. And I'm looking for, but you're looking for a way out of this and how you're going to handle, are you going to manage and navigate and handle the energies of the Tower and the Nine of Swords energy. Because underlying this healing, it's all about the Tower. You know, all underlying the healing and the finding the new path and the finding, you know, the help and the finding kind of the road that's going to kind of lead to healing with the Eight of Cups. Underlying all of this, the basis is because you guys are going through some really anxiety-inducing shit. with the Tower and the Nine of Swords energy, whether it's realistic or whether it's not, whether you've got some form of a medical, you know, a medical condition, that type of thing, whether you're just overly anxious. This looks like an anxiety disorder to me for some of you guys, but it might be literally you've gone through some shit that has made you feel like this, and what's underlying you needing to heal and find a new path with the Eight of Cups energy. And on that new path, it's about finding a way that you can navigate these energies here, is because you do want a remedy. Even though you can't see it, you definitely want a remedy for this situation here. You're looking for it. You're desperate for it, some of you guys. The advice from the universe, Aries, is the Ten of Swords energy. So the Ten of Swords and the Lover's energy showing here. So for some of you guys, it might be that some of you guys have been through, I don't know whether you've got a violent relationship. Maybe the advice is if you're in violent relationships, maybe something for some of you guys, this is constituting some of this energy here. Ten of Swords and Lovers is betrayal in relationships as well. It's getting hurt in a relationship. It's the failure of a relationship. Maybe some of you guys need to kind of, you know, remove oneself from that for a little bit. Some of you guys, it's with the Ten of Swords, I feel that if you're being overly, you know, if with the Ten of Swords you're suffering from depression here, because Ten of Swords is also a depression card. And if you look at the Ten of Swords, I do something that we do in Lenormand called knighting in this. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. So your Ten of Swords is linked to the Nine of Swords. It's probably linked to kind of all of these overactive thoughts that you've got that there's going to be something terrible that happens. So all of these knives in your back are probably not the result of someone. They could be, because you do have the Lovers. So there might be some problems happening in a relationship here, potentially showing up here. But for some of you guys, it might be that this Ten of Swords, this depression that some of you guys is literally linking to the anxiety that you feel that something terrible is about to happen, or something terrible is going to happen. For some of you guys, it will be within the family. The Eight of Cups is the family card as well. All right, so some of you guys are literally kind of like this depression, these bad nightmares that you have are linked to your anxiety. Something terrible is going to happen within your family, for example. And some of you guys want to heal over this and find a way to manage that depression that you feel, that terrible kind of feeling that things are going to go wrong. And for some of you guys, you need to just make a choice, I think, as well with the Lover's energy, perhaps to take some time out of work with the Three of Coins energy, perhaps to stop work for a little bit with the Three of Coins energy in the reverse, okay? Perhaps to just take some time out for yourself with the Three of Coins reversed. You know, I'm going to see what the tarot means by the Three of Coins in the reverse, because I feel that it is definitely taking time out of a team, especially if you've got backstabbers in the workplace. Maybe you need to kind of take time out of that as well, because Ten of Swords and the Three of Coins, but it, you know, it has to be in the upright. It can be backstabbers within the workplace, for example. You know, people that you work with, that type of thing. And some of you guys probably, if you've got backstabbers, especially within your partnerships, for example, and the partnerships can be to do with work. I mean, the Lover's energy is 1, 2, 3, 4 linked to Temperance as well. So this can be linked to, you know, this could be a union linked to people that you work with the Temperance energy showing here. Maybe this Lover's energy is linked to, you know, it's also linked to the Tower as well. So I don't know whether you guys have had a breakup, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this union here is linked to a breakup. Maybe this breakup is something some of you guys are wanting to remedy, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So the Lovers is 1, 2, 3, 4 linked to the Tower. So it's saying Lovers, a union, breakup of a union here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 wanting to remedy that, wanting to overcome it, wanting reconciliation. So some of you guys are literally, the underlying thing is that you with the Nine of Swords, oh I'm so sorry, something is on my screen playing there. So literally for some of you guys, it's a case of, you know, there's all sorts of things going on. Some of you guys, it's just pure anxiety going on. You're worrying probably over nothing. You're just worrying because you are worrying and you need help for that. You probably suffered with anxiety all your life, Aries. For some of you guys, you'll have had breakups in relationships and you want to remedy the relationship showing up here, you know. You had somebody walking away. The Eight of Cups energy showing here. You've been hurt. Somebody walked away and you want to remedy. You want to come back together with these energies showing here, okay? Some of you guys have had to remove yourself from a partnership here, a working partnership, and you've walked away with the Eight of Cups energy, possibly from a sinking ship with the Tower. But I do feel there's a great deal of kind of pressure going on for some of you, Aries, in all sorts of ways, family matters, working matters, your own personal matters, for example, here. And the focus really is on remedying that, finding a way that you can manage these anxieties that you're experiencing. So the universe is saying that, you know, you're going through a lot with this Ten of Swords energy, and you need to make a choice with the Lover's energy. It's not saying, I think it's definitely to get help with the Temperance energy, because you can't see that there's help out there, but it's also to remove yourself from a group of people, remove yourself from work for a little bit with the Three of Coins in the reverse, you know. Remove yourself from, you know, put certain plans on hold, certain projects on hold, because maybe you're working on a project, Aries, and it's all becoming too much, and you guys are really worrying here with the Nine of Swords energy that it's all going to blow up in your face here. You want to be a success, but you're worrying that it's not going to go that way, and you just want to kind of just get rid of the whole thing completely and go play with the Chariot, you know. So you have to find a way that, I feel that if you're really overexerting yourself, you need to have some downtime with the Three of Coins reverse. And I'm just going to get some further clarification on what it is that the universe wants you to do with it. What do you want Aries to do through the Lenormand, please? Three of Coins reverse. Okay, so some of you guys, it's, you know, you're worried with the Mice energy over a friendship, for example, here showing up. Okay, you know, there are problems with children, for example, showing up, because you've got the problems, the mountain, which is obstacles, and the child. So some of you guys, it might be that you've got, you know, worries over friendships. Also the cat being, usually in the Lenormand it's a dog card, but it shows as a cat. You've got dog and cat in this particular version of the Lenormand. This is a female friend probably. Some of you guys are worrying and you're nervous around a female friend. And some of you guys have got obstacles with the child showing up here. But what is it that, you said that they need to do the Three of Coins reversed. What do you mean they need to do the Three of Coins reversed in 2 cards concerning this? So the house. Maybe this is spending time in the house at home with the house energy showing here. Okay, so you need to visit friends, I feel, because you've got the rider showing up, and the rider is running into the house. Can you see the direction that she's facing? She's facing the home. So some of you guys probably need to go to a retreat. The house is not just your home, the house is a holiday place. It's going on retreat, it's going on vacation. Some of you guys really need to focus on probably taking a vacation, just winding down a little bit here, taking a bit of a rest. If you haven't seen your family in a while, go and see your family and spend a few days there, that type of thing. But I think that the focus really needs to be on unwinding, which is why the focus for the month needs to be on the for the first 2 weeks of April. Aries really needs to be on the Five of Wands. This is just kind of having some downtime. I think this is play. You need to focus on having a bit of play here with the Five of Wands. We go to the version with the Five of Wands of just having downtime, having fun, playing with your brothers, your sisters, you know, your friends, just having fun with the Five of Wands, having joy, you know, having the joy that a child would have. It's just about being light-hearted. You need to focus on having some nice, light-hearted, you know, nice, light-hearted things to do. All right, because this is a lot going on for some of you Aries, and you really need to be thinking about just taking some downtime. You've got a lot of shit going on here. You know, I'm just going to quickly ask, why are they worried? What's this worry about the Tower? In 2 cards, what is this worry about the Tower for some of the Aries? It won't relate to all of you, but some of you. So this is about information or a letter. With the letter card, the 27 energy, might be a letter concerning, could be an older individual showing here. Okay, the Lilies is an older person within the Lenormand, so this might be a letter or information concerning an older person. Usually a King of Swords could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual. This could be you revealing. This is you're worrying here over some form of, you know, trauma. Maybe this is something that's been highlighted from an individual showing here. It might be that you are what's becoming apparent to you more. Maybe this is something about getting older, for example, for some of you guys as well. The Lilies is all about maturing and getting older. Maybe there's a letter or information about an older person showing up here, something like that for some of you guys. But I really do feel that you need to take some downtime here, Aries. I really do, because I feel that some of you guys, it's all become a little bit too much, and you really need to focus in April, the first 2 weeks, and maybe getting away and just getting a little bit of a, you know, downtime from a situation here, okay? Going on vacation or just taking a bit of a break somewhere, I think would do you the world of good. Let's have a quick look at the 5 other cards for any other information that we can see coming in for Aries in the first 2 weeks of April 2019. So Universe Spirit, any other information? Okay, you've got the Bear. He keeps saying you need to take a break. So the Four of Swords came up here. Sorry, I called it the beaver, but you guys need to take a break. You know that with these animals like bears and beavers, they scurry away food in the autumn and the summer, and then they rest through the winter or whatever. I know that we're nearly in the springtime, but this is about taking a bit of a break. So the universe is saying the first 2 weeks, the other information it has for you is it's all about taking a break with that Four of Swords energy showing there. The Four of Cups in the reverse, to rejuvenate your batteries. Four of Cups in the upright is where we're not doing anything. In the reverse is where we start to take action and we start doing stuff and making decisions and kind of pottering around. So you need to take a break here to rejuvenate your batteries with that Four of Cups in the reverse showing up there, okay? There's definitely time to rejuvenate your batteries happening here. Aries, okay? Two of Wands, start laying some new plans with the Two of Wands energy. Start laying new plans. Could be for some of you guys, you need to be focusing on a new direction with that Two of Wands energy showing there, okay? Something to do with the world, so this could be world travel, for example. I feel that you need to take a break to rejuvenate your batteries, and then you need to start making some plans. Could be big plans with that world energy, or making some plans. Perhaps there's a new direction that you want to take in the world, for example, or going out and traveling in the world, for example, or doing something big or achieving a goal, for example, or laying some new plans to achieve something huge with the world energy. The world also is about the ending of a phase showing up. So let's have a look at what the last card is. What is the last card that shows up here for Aries? The King of Pentacles, okay. So achieving something of stature, achieving something of real value, because the King of Coins is big value, and this is achieving something of big value. So maybe for some of you guys, you need to take a bit of a break, rejuvenate your batteries with the Four of Cups in the reverse, lay some new plans with the Two of Wands showing in the next 2 weeks. Some of you guys will be doing that, so you'll be taking a break, rejuvenating your batteries, laying some new plans with the world energy to achieve something of greatness and something that holds real value to you. All right, so some of you guys will really be focusing on that, okay? Some of you guys, it might be that you're getting contacted from afar with the Two of Wands energy. This could be with somebody from another country, potentially, the world and that King of Coins energy, or somebody who's in a huge, important position. This would be somebody who has huge authority. So this could be a real kind of game changer for some of you guys showing up here. And I do see some of you guys taking a bit of a break to rejuvenate your batteries as well with that Four of Cups reverse. Let's have a quick look at the 3 cards from the tea leaf now, just to get any further advice for you guys. Universe, Spirit, any further advice, please, for Aries? Any further advice for Aries in 3 cards? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. So it says basket, recognition and reward for merit. So there could be some recognition and reward for merit. You will be playing a different role for some of you guys. You've got the hat card. And what's the last card showing up? What's the last card for Aries, please? Broken wishbone. There might be for some of you guys a wish may not be granted in the next 2 weeks. All right, so just be prepared for that. Okay, it's life though. It's what happens sometimes. Finally, let's just get your spiritual guidance, Aries. Okay. Universe, Spirit, what spiritual advice do you have for Aries in the next 2 weeks? Put this over here. What spiritual advice do you have for Aries in the next 2 weeks? What spiritual advice do you have for Aries between the 1st and the 15th of April? And actually, it's your birthday, isn't it? Happy birthday, Aries. Unlock the magic within. All right? Tap into your inner wisdom, your inner magic, Aries. All right? You have everything. Basically, just unlock your inner magician. If you want to make things happen, you can make them happen. All right? But I feel that more than anything, you've got to understand that a break is needed for some of you guys, because I do feel that some of you guys are really going through something, and it's important for you guys that not only that you seek some form of help and remedy for that, but also you take a bit of a break, because you look like you're just about to burn out on something there as well. All right, that is your reading, my darlings. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like a private reading with me, you can go to, there's an eye at the top either side, and you can click on that and you can go straight through to my website. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for your time, my darlings. Bye-bye.